You're lying in bed at 11:47 p.m. on December 31st, scrolling through your phone, watching everyone else post their meticulously crafted vision boards and 12-page Google Docs titled 2025, the year I finally become the person I pretend to be on LinkedIn. And there it is, that familiar cocktail of panic and determination bubbling up in your chest. You're about to make promises to a future version of yourself who, let's be honest, you've never actually met. It starts innocently enough. You're at a New Year's Eve party, third glass of cheap champagne in hand, when someone asks the question, "So, what are your resolutions?" You weren't prepared for this. You panic. Your mouth opens and words tumble out like they've been waiting in an escape room. "I'm going to run a marathon," you hear yourself say. You haven't jogged since 2019. You don't even own running shoes. But it's too late. Your friend Sarah is already nodding approvingly, pulling out her phone to text you a link to a training app she swears by but has never actually opened. The countdown happens, confetti falls, you kiss someone who tastes like regret and Prosecco. And just like that, you're contractually obligated to a series of lies you told yourself at midnight. January 1st arrives with the subtlety of a car alarm. You wake up at 6 a.m. because apparently new you wakes up at 6 a.m. Old you would have slept until noon, but old you is dead now, buried under a pile of ambitious intentions and dehydration. You put on gym clothes you ordered at 1:30 a.m. in a fit of inspirational insanity. They're too tight. You ignore this. You're committed now. You open that running app Sarah sent you. It asks for your fitness level. You lie and select intermediate because sedentary disaster isn't an option. The app immediately generates a training plan that assumes you have the knees of a 22-year-old and the free time of someone without a job. Week 1, day 1, a light 3-mile run. You haven't run 3 miles consecutively in your entire life. You've driven 3 miles and been tired. But you're doing this. You step outside. It's 43 degrees. You didn't account for weather. You start jogging. Within 30 seconds, you remember that your body is a biological system that requires preparation and possibly years of evolution you skipped. Your lungs are staging a protest. Your shins are filing a formal complaint. A neighbor you've never spoken to waves at you with a mixture of surprise and concern, like they're watching someone attempt to defuse a bomb without training. You make it 2 blocks before your phone dies. The running app had your GPS on, draining battery at a rate that would have been useful information 5 minutes ago. Now you're just running, without data, without validation. If your run isn't tracked and posted to social media, did it even happen? This is an existential crisis you're not equipped to handle while gasping for air. You turn back home. You've been running for 7 minutes. Your fitness tracker, which you also impulse bought last night, cheerfully informs you that you've burned 12 calories. You could have burned more calories thinking about running. You're pretty sure you burn more calories doom scrolling at 2 a.m. Inside, you make a protein smoothie because that's what people who run at 6 a.m. do. You throw in spinach, banana, protein powder you bought in 2023, and almond milk that might be expired. It tastes like grass clippings blended with optimism. You drink it anyway because you're different now. You're better. You're evolving. By 9 a.m., you're at your desk opening a fresh document titled 2025 Goals Detailed Plan. You've got 12 categories: fitness, finance, career, relationships, hobbies, side hustle, mental health, nutrition, sleep schedule, social life, creative projects, and a mysterious 13th category labeled Other that you'll never define but refuse to delete. Under fitness, you type Marathon by December. Under finance, you type Save $10,000. You have $847 in your checking account and $3,200 in credit card debt. Math is just a suggestion. You spend 45 minutes color-coding this document. You create a tracking spreadsheet with formulas you don't understand but that look impressive. You make a separate spreadsheet to track your tracking spreadsheet. You're 3 spreadsheets deep before you realize you haven't actually done anything except document your intention to do things. This is peak human behavior. By January 3rd, cracks are forming. You woke up at 7:30 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. You told yourself, it's fine, you're being flexible and listening to your body. Your body is screaming for 9 more hours of sleep and a breakfast burrito, but you're listening very selectively. You skip the run, you'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is always when the real change happens. You get a text from your mom asking how your resolutions are going. It's been 3 days. 3 days! She's checking in like you're a souffle that might collapse. You reply with a thumbs up emoji, which is the universal symbol for I'm lying, but let's not discuss it. Then Sarah, your fitness enthusiast friend who apparently actually uses that running app, texts you her weekly mileage, 15 miles. She's run 15 miles while you've run 0.4 miles and lied about it on your tracking spreadsheet. You've been padding your numbers. You counted walking to your car as light cardio. You're a fraud, a sedentary fraud in expensive gym clothes. January 7th brings a work deadline you forgot about because you were too busy planning your theoretical life transformation. You stay at your desk until 11 p.m. You order Thai food at 9:30 p.m. because cooking is for people who aren't currently drowning in projects they procrastinated on while making vision boards. The Thai food cost $43 with delivery. You just blew 4.3% of your monthly savings goal on Pad CE you're eating with shame and soy sauce.
Your fitness tracker keeps buzzing with reminders. Time to move. It's mocking you. You haven't synced it in 4 days because you don't want to confront the data. The data knows. The data is judging you. By mid-January, you've developed a new strategy, lowering expectations while pretending you're pivoting. Maybe you won't run a marathon. Maybe a 5K is more realistic. Maybe walking a 5K counts. Maybe thinking about walking a 5K while sitting on your couch eating leftover holiday cookies is spiritually equivalent to actual exercise. This is what growth looks like. February 1st hits like a plot twist you saw coming but couldn't prevent. You open your resolution document for the first time in 2 weeks. It's like visiting a crime scene. Everything you promised yourself is just sitting there, color-coded and abandoned. Like a gym membership you're still paying for but haven't used since January 4th, which, coincidentally, you are. You have a moment of reckoning. You're either going to double down or admit defeat. Instead, you choose option 3. Convince yourself that resolutions are actually toxic and you're better off without them. You read 3 articles about how goal setting is harmful and productivity culture is capitalism's conspiracy. You feel intellectually superior to your January self, that naive fool with dreams and a running app. But here's the thing, and this is the part nobody tells you in those inspirational Instagram posts. Resolutions fail because you're trying to become a completely different person overnight. You're not training for a marathon. You're trying to become someone who trains for marathons. And that person doesn't exist yet. That person needs to be built slowly, with way less color coding and way more forgiveness. The reason you make New Year's resolutions isn't because you think you'll actually do them. It's because January 1st is the closest thing we have to a save point in the video game of existence. It's a culturally approved moment to pretend the past year didn't happen and the next year will be different. It won't be. Not without actual small, boring, unglamorous changes you make on random Tuesdays when nobody's watching. So here's the real resolution. Stop making resolutions to impress your future self and start making tiny, stupid, easy promises to your current self. Not run a marathon. Try put on running shoes twice a week. Not save $10,000. Try don't buy Thai food when you have leftovers. Not completely transform your entire existence by December 31st. Just be slightly less of a disaster tomorrow than you were today. And if that fails, there's always next January. If you survived this strange routine of self-improvement delusion, you might as well subscribe. Because if you think New Year's resolutions are bad, wait until you see our video about how you're definitely going to start that side hustle this year. Spoiler, you're not.